Alexandra Daddario is killing it these days on both the big and small screens, but she might never have made it to where she's at without the help of a stranger and a tiny plastic chicken. Before her grift is revealed in Why Women Kill, Alexandra Daddario's volatile character Jade works hard to win over married couple Taylor and Eli. She serves up a healthy slice of charm in the kitchen by cooking delicious meals for the pair, and as it turns out, Daddario is no slouch in the kitchen herself. In a 2020 interview with Daddario and her then roommate Kate Easton, People magazine asked what she would teach in a masterclass, and Daddario's answer was cooking. A former takeout junkie, during the pandemic she started cooking 3 meals a day for herself and her roommate while they were quarantined together. Daddario says she's especially particular about onion chopping. Easton agreed, joking, "She taught me so well I could be a sous chef at a Danny Meyer restaurant tomorrow." And now anyone can benefit from Daddario's new cooking skills thanks to her delish chocolate chip pancake tutorial. It's not uncommon for actors to have a little musical talent, but Alexandra Daddario's gifts as a pianist are nothing short of exceptional. It's all thanks to her mom, who made sure the future Mayfair witch started piano lessons at the tender age of 9. Daddario even got to show off those piano skills in Parenthood when her character Rachel got a chance to play Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, one of her favorite songs. As if that wasn't enough, she also writes music, telling Interview magazine, "It's a good way of de-stressing." Given Daddario's considerable musical gifts, it should come as no surprise that she highly values the art form. In an interview for The Laterals, she shared, "I find music to be a great source of joy."
I love jazz.
Amazing.
In fact, if you put jazz on, I might have to slip into something more comfortable.
She starred in a handful of music videos, including the Jonas Brothers' Love Is On Its Way, Imagine Dragons' Radioactive, and Maroon 5's Wait. Daddario's only tattoo, as of 2024, a double cross-like symbol, was inspired by her favorite musicians, the Scottish band Frightened Rabbit. She told Women's Health, "The lead singer of the band has this exact same tattoo. I was that obsessed with the band, and still am." Other musicians on Daddario's playlist include Fiona Apple, The Lumineers, and WC, but that's just the beginning of her musical interests, which range from country to classical to Disney music. Like many music fans, it all comes down to what she's in the mood for at the moment. Some actors make doing accents look like a piece of cake, so it's easy to forget just how much time and work goes into it. But for some actors, certain accents can prove incredibly tricky. In the case of Alexandra Daddario, it's a British accent. In an interview with Collider, Daddario was asked to discuss audition highs and lows. Admitting that she had lots of audition lows as a kid, Daddario blamed a lot of them on her subpar attempts at accents, saying, "I, for a while, would attempt a British accent when I was brought in for a British character. I cannot do one." According to Daddario, she could tell she'd bombed the audition by the looks on the casting team's faces, and it wasn't a great feeling. For any actor with hopes of international success, jet setting is part of the bargain, whether they like it or not. So for Alexandra Daddario, her fear of flying was something she had to overcome for her job. She addressed her former phobia with Collider when she was asked about the biggest fear she's managed to overcome. Daddario said, "I have to fly. I fly all the time, and over time you just fly enough that, you go to the airport and you don't cry every time the plane takes off." But that doesn't mean she's completely cured. She confessed that she still struggles with her fear of flying sometimes. She's just learned to manage it. In another life, Daddario could have easily found herself performing to an audience of 12 instead of the millions who watch her on TV and film. She comes from a family of lawyers and even considered going into the profession herself, if briefly. The actor's grandfather, first-generation Italian-American and Massachusetts native Emilio Quincy Daddario, got his law degree from the University of Connecticut before going on to run a law practice and eventually moving into politics. Her parents are both lawyers too. Daddario's dad is a former U.S. prosecutor and politician, while her mom has had a lucrative legal career including civil litigation, real estate, and corporate law. With a family like that, it's easy to understand why she thought she might one day follow in her family's footsteps. But her mom always knew Daddario was meant for other things. As Daddario told Interview, "My mother would always tell me you can do anything you want, except be a lawyer." Watch enough Daddario interviews and you're sure to catch a glimpse of the actor's adorable Steve Martin crush. In a Facebook video, Daddario called him her favorite actor, gushing, "I'm obsessed with Steve Martin. He's absolutely incredible." She went on to say she's a particular fan of The Jerk. For Daddario, part of what makes Martin so gifted is his ability to bring depth and nuance to his humor, something she's found inspiring for her own acting career. It was in the car driving to Vegas to see Martin's banjo concert that Daddario found out she had an audition for It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. She knew she had to book it back to LA in time for the morning audition, but not till after the show. When asked by GQ who she'd want to speak at her funeral, her answer was none other than Martin himself.
Steve Martin doesn't know me or know who I am, so I would like to get to know him first. I feel like he'd do a good job of making it humorous and touching at the same time.
Brainy gal that she is, Daddario likes to spend her time pursuing intellectual pursuits, including the centuries-old game of chess. But she generated a little controversy after sharing her love for the game in a January 2022 Instagram post captioned Snow Day. There was a photo of Daddario and a chessboard next to a fireplace, and chess fans were quick to point out her board was set up incorrectly, with Indonesian chess master Irene Sukandar responding on X with advice on how to correct it. Sukandar tweeted, "I love it when celebrities pick up chess. It's a very good promotion for our game." Grateful for the help, Daddario quickly fixed her mistake, and the International Chess Federation even invited her to join them as a special guest. Despite the light roasting from the chess world, it's a game she takes seriously. Daddario later told Women's Health that playing chess with her husband and a bottle of wine is one of her favorite pastimes, explaining, "It's our version of a night out at the club." But she went on to admit that she can get pretty competitive on the chessboard, saying, "I'm a total monster."
I mean, this whole time, I bought that you were this cool chick who was fun and confident and normal.
Daddario even has her own chess.com account to refine her chess skills. If the fact that Alexandra Daddario is a bookish chess geek with a love for cooking and Steve Martin wasn't enough to win us over, it turns out the actor also has a huge soft spot for animals. A serious dog lover, Daddario has a special passion for rescues. After her beloved dog of 7 years, Levon, died of leptospirosis in 2020, Daddario posted a touching tribute on Instagram. In it, she praised Levon for his sweet, non-judgmental spirit before encouraging pet owners to vaccinate their pets and donate to pet rescues and animal hospitals. In 2021, Daddario adopted Eunice from NYC's Second Chance Rescue Dogs. Second Chance saved Eunice after she'd been hit by a car in Georgia. And toward the end of 2023, she began fostering a pit bull husky mix named Bruno while he waited for a forever home. In an Instagram post extolling his canine virtues, Daddario mused, "I want to name him Gary, but I'm not allowed to change his name." A major perk of becoming a famous face is the chance to hobnob with the cool kids. But that's not the case for Alexandra Daddario, who might look amazing in a party dress but would much rather be at home with a pint of ice cream and some reality TV. In fact, she seems most comfortable in casual clothes or even pajamas, something she's not afraid to rock in public spaces. Reflecting on her wardrobe and personal presentation, the actor told In Style, "I think as you get older, you get out of your head a bit more and you get more confident with your decisions and not dressing for other people. You're doing it for yourself."
What are you wearing? Where are your sleeves?
Recalling her time working with Daddario on We Summon the Darkness in an interview with Real Talk, Maddie Hassan recounted how she, Amy Forsyth, and Daddario bought animal onesies at a nearby Walmart and wore them on set and around the hotel. Besides hanging in onesies and playing chess with her fella, Daddario says her idea of a good time involves a remote control and some grub. In a 2018 Twitter post, she wrote, "Much prefer to be inside microwaving gluten-free mac and cheese while the same episode of Jersey Shore plays on a loop." And in 2019, Daddario confessed, "I seriously thought Netflix and chill was literal. Have been telling friends I spend most nights Netflix and chilling and inviting them to do it with me on a regular basis." Before her big break, Daddario spent time working in food service in New York City. After dropping out of acting school, she took a gig tending bar and waiting tables at Pop and Pop Burger, located in Union Square and the Meatpacking District. It was a tough time, and Daddario struggled to balance long nights at the bar with her ongoing search for acting gigs, and she was acutely aware that her acting career might never pan out. It was during her time in the service industry that she crossed paths with the late actor Luke Perry, who she says was as friendly as they come. After his death in 2019, Daddario tweeted, "Luke Perry used to come into the restaurant I worked in over a decade ago, and he was always so kind to me and friendly in an industry where most people would just dismiss me." Although her big break arrived months later in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Daddario says Perry's kindness served as a reminder to be compassionate no matter what. Sometimes a random act of kindness from a stranger can be life-changing. Tweeting in 2017, Alexandra Daddario recalled a time that she'd been having a pretty rough day when she walked into an LA juice bar. In her early 20s at the time, she'd moved to Los Angeles but wasn't having any luck. She wrote, "I was feeling low and sad." Apparently, Daddario was telegraphing her anxieties about work and money because a stranger came up to her and pulled a small plastic chicken out of his pocket. Daddario told the Laterals he put it in her hand and said, "You need this. I just want you to know. Let go and the world will be yours." Plenty of people might have brushed off the encounter, but Daddario took the chicken and the message to heart. To this day, the actor says she still keeps that tiny chicken in her jewelry box.